Difficult task for anyone in this league.
Now Westbrook give it to Jokic. And the pass into Westbrook had a shot blocked.
Russell Westbrook's career has always been a story of defiance. From the moment he entered the NBA as the 4th overall pick in 2008, he carried himself with a chip on his shoulder. Many scouts didn't even think he was ready to be a point guard at the professional level. He was raw, more athlete than playmaker, more energy than polish. But that doubt became fuel. In Oklahoma City, alongside Kevin Durant and later James Harden, Westbrook transformed himself into one of the most unstoppable forces the league had ever seen. Night after night, he played with a rage few could match. He wasn't just fast, he was relentless, crashing into the lane, attacking the rim with a violence that seemed almost unsustainable. By the mid-2010s, Westbrook had become the very definition of an alpha competitor. When Durant left OKC in 2016, it was Westbrook who carried the franchise on his back. He responded with an MVP season in 2017, averaging a triple-double and making history in the process. He turned defiance into greatness, silencing anyone who doubted him. But here we are in 2025, less than a decade removed from that peak, and the story looks very different. Russell Westbrook, the same man who once electrified arenas and dominated highlight reels, is now struggling to find a home in the league. Headlines scream that nobody wants him. And while that phrasing may be harsh, there's truth in the hesitation. Why is one of the NBA's fiercest competitors suddenly unwanted? The first reason is age. At 36, Westbrook is no longer the whirlwind he once was. His game was built almost entirely on athleticism, on beating defenders to the rim before they could react. That athletic edge, the half-step that once separated him from everyone else, has dulled. He can still explode in moments, he still has flashes of the old Russ, but it isn't consistent. And in the NBA, inconsistency is a liability. Then there are the injuries. Years of playing at one of the most reckless, high-speed styles imaginable. The next issue is style. The NBA has changed drastically since Westbrook first entered the league. Once, his relentless energy was a weapon that teams couldn't counter. But now, the game revolves around spacing, shooting, and efficiency. Offenses thrive on three-point shooting and minimizing mistakes. And Westbrook, for all his gifts, has always struggled in those areas. His three-point shot has never been reliable, and his decision-making, his tendency to force shots, to gamble, to commit turnovers, can undermine team systems that rely on precision. What once felt like passion and fearlessness now looks, to some teams, like recklessness. Money adds another layer. Even if Westbrook isn't demanding a superstar paycheck anymore, there's always a calculation. Is a veteran with declining production worth the roster spot, the minutes, and the financial investment? Or should that same opportunity go to a younger player with room to grow? For rebuilding teams, investing in youth is the clear choice. For contenders, the question is whether Westbrook can fit into a smaller role without disrupting the system. That hesitation leaves him stuck in the middle, too accomplished to be treated like a fringe player, but too risky to be trusted like a cornerstone. Perception might be the biggest hurdle of all. Westbrook has always carried himself as the engine, the leader, the star. That mentality made him great, but it also makes it harder to imagine him embracing a reduced role. Over the years, he has bounced from team to team, the Rockets, the Wizards, the Lakers, the Clippers, and in each stop, questions lingered about his ability to adapt. Could he take fewer shots? Could he play off the ball? Could he accept being a sixth man? At times, he resisted. And even when he did try, the fit wasn't always smooth. That history weighs heavily on front offices that now look at him as a potential signing.
Murray at the moment. Questionable to return, knee soreness. Westbrook, yes!
And yet, to say, nobody wants Westbrook, misses the full truth. His fire is still respected. His energy, even in short bursts, can still swing the tempo of a game. He remains one of the most respected veterans in the league, admired for his work ethic and competitiveness. The question isn't whether he belongs in the NBA, it's what version of Westbrook makes sense in today's game. Is he a starter who can still lead? Or is his best role now as a bench spark, a veteran presence guiding younger players, a piece of the puzzle instead of the centerpiece? This crossroads defines Westbrook's current reality. His career is no longer about proving doubters wrong with sheer force. It's about reinvention. Can he evolve into a new role the way some greats have before him? Vince Carter once transitioned from high-flying superstar to veteran mentor, extending his career well into his 40s. Carmelo Anthony, after years of resistance, found success as a scoring role player late in his career. The same path is possible for Westbrook, if he's willing to take it, but if not, the risk is clear. The league moves fast. Every year, younger players arrive, hungry, cheaper, and more adaptable to the modern game. The longer Westbrook hesitates to redefine himself, the harder it will be to find a team willing to take the gamble. So when fans ask, why doesn't anybody want Russell Westbrook, the answer is layered. It's not a lack of respect, and it's not a lack of recognition of what he's done. It's about timing, about the direction of the league, about the role he's willing to play. Teams aren't rejecting the legend, they're questioning the fit. And until those questions are answered, Westbrook remains in limbo. Russell Westbrook's legacy is secure. He will always be remembered as one of the fiercest competitors to ever touch a basketball, a player who redefined what it meant to give maximum effort. But legacies don't win roster spots, adaptability does. Whether he writes one final chapter,